This is my new setup. It's an RTA deck. It's the new shape they have. There's a lot of concave to it, which is something I'm going to have to get used to. I pushed around on it a little bit today, and it doesn't feel too bad. Me, I prefer my concave to be pretty flat, but my feet will adjust and I'll get used to it. Has a medium kick height, medium rocker. I'm skating my indies right now. The main reason for that is because I'm having a bit of a problem with my aces. I absolutely love the aces. You can never go wrong with Independent or Ace. They are the two best truck companies there are ever. But the problem I'm having with my aces is that if you notice, you see on the left, now this is with both of them, on the left, the axle looks like it sticks out further from the hanger, and on the right, it looks like it's shorter. Well, it was not always like that. When I first got them, they were completely even. So that means that the axle is fitting a little bit loose inside of the hanger. So I made a full video on it, and I'm going to email it to Ace and see if they can spot me with another set of 33s. Because that should not happen. That's the first time I've ever had that issue. That's the first time I've ever even heard of that issue. But I noticed it when all of a sudden the axle nut, I was thinking kingpin for a second, but anyhow, the axle nut, I thought that it was tightening up because my wheel would just be on real tight with no play at all and it would barely roll. But it turns out that I noticed that, okay, it keeps getting shorter and shorter. Okay, this can be a huge issue. So I found out what the issue was just by looking at it. But the thing that bums me out the most, I was skating these trucks for about a total of 3 weeks or so, and I was just starting to get my groove. I was just starting to get it. Focus in on that. Just starting to get my groove in. Go figure. Yeah, look at my crook mark after 3 weeks as well. I had a nice crook mark going. If I can try to find it here and try to hold it, because it does not want to stay. I had a nice crook mark going. You can see it had a little bit of depth to it. That really bums me out. I like working them in and getting a nice solid something to lock into, a nice groove. But I'm back to my Independent 149s for now. They fit pretty well on this 8.25. I always thought that the Independent 149s and Ace 44s were 8.5, but I'm really starting to question it now. They seem like they're a little bit bigger than 8.25, but maybe a little smaller than 8.5. I wonder if their measurements are just a little bit off and they're actually 8.38 right in the middle. And I just got new bearings. The bearings I have now, this is my first set of them. They come with no shields. They're Plague bearings. They're black Plague bearings. ABEX 7s. And I'm going to see how they are. Oh yeah, and if you noticed, these are better wheels. This is their Park and Street formula. I've been skating these for 5 months. A little over 5 months. No flat spots at all. They're lasting really good. They've hardly even worn down. They were 54 when I first put them on, and I think they're still about 54 millimeters. It's insane of how long they are lasting. But they were not always shaped like this. I actually reshaped them today using a grinder. I decided to do a side cut, and I think it's one of the best best things I've done with my wheels ever, because once I did that, it was just so much easier to lock in. So you can see that there. Nice side cut. Locks in super nice. And I got a decent groove on these Independents. Why I stopped skating these was because I was going down in size back to like 8. But skating them again. And I'm going to skate these until basically snap them. Or until they're like getting really close to snapping to where I'm like starting to grind down into the axle. But that's really it. I'm just hoping that Ace can hook me up with another set of 33s, because I'm having that really odd axle issue with the axle starting to slide to the one side. You can definitely see that. There is no doubt. There's no doubt. You can definitely see that. This side right here looks much longer than this side. No doubt. Oh well, that stuff happens. It's hard to make products completely consistent every time, even if you have technology, machines, or if it's a handmade product. It is not easy, which is understandable. But anyways, great trucks. Same with independent. I've been skating indies for years. I just recently decided to try Aces. They feel super nice. And no footage for this video, but Ambassador review will be out soon. And there is plenty of footage with that. I just have to wait for some of my friends to email me some clips and for me to record the review, which won't take too long. But it should be up once the semester ends.